I was gonna add this on. I watched right before I got released. I watched an episode of Foods That Made America, and here's one thing that I found out that was absolutely batshit fucking crazy to me, and I never knew, and it was really cool to find out. Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, used to work for KFC. He actually invented the KFC bucket. He invented the red and white striping that KFC used to have on the buckets. Colonel Sanders was just a figurehead. He sold his company for real cheap. He kind of got ripped off. And so it was pretty much the CEO, a guy beneath him, and then Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, working for KFC. Dave Thomas invested, I believe, in what was it? I believe he invested in one of the food providers for like $50,000 because he was the manager of he was like the regional manager for the majority of KFCs, and so he invested in like the chicken provider. And they came down and they told him that's a conflict of interest because obviously you're trying to sell more chicken to our company and you can't do that. And so they were like, we're going to buy you out for $50,000. Like a week later, Dave Thomas finds out that shit's worth fucking $2 million. So he goes in there, he's like, hey, sell me back my fucking shares. And they're like, we're not going to do that. He's like, but it was like $2 million. He's like, well, we can give you the $50,000 that you sold it to us for, but we're not even going to do that. We're pretty much just kind of like just saying, fuck you. We got one over on you. And he's like, you know what? We fucking quit. I fucking quit. So he fucking quits and he takes whatever savings that he has and he invests it in a burger restaurant. And the reason why they have a square burger is because when Dave Thomas was younger, his first restaurant that he worked at, they had square burgers. The episode never explained why that restaurant had square burgers. But Dave Thomas's explanation was that when you put a square burger on a round patty, now you have these edges that stick out over the round patty. It's much like what I'm about to do, like with this. Like, yeah, I'm not even gonna do it because I don't have the proper tools. But say if you have this can, let me show this can. It's a round edge, and then you put a square top over it. Now you have all this extra stuff just hanging off the edge. That was a terrible explanation, but I feel like it might have gotten the point across. And so, not only that, he also invented the the two-window drive-through, because so many people were coming to get his burgers that he was like, you know what? I need to stall people, because people are coming through their ordering, they're coming to the window, they're trying to pay, they're trying to get their food. What I need to do is I need to give them a break in between paying and getting their food. So what I need to do is that I need to have a second window. That way they can go to the second window, or actually the first window by their perspective. You go to the first window, you pay. That way your order is confirmed. And then when you get to the second window, you get your food and you go. Because like I said, his shit was so fucking busy that you had people spilling in to the restaurant to sit down and eat. And then you had people circling the fucking restaurant trying to fucking get the drive-thru to take the shit home. And so he invented the two-window drive-thru. He invented the KFC bucket, which was wax-lined so that the grease didn't soak into the bucket and kept the fucking chicken fresh. He also invented the fucking double burger, because people were ordering so many of his burgers that I believe at the time, I think the fucking episode said the shit was fucking like 19 cents. No, it was double the McDonald's price, and it was like 35 cents. So it had to have been like McDonald's was selling shit for like 18 cents, and Dave Thomas's burger was 35 cents. But then he added the double burger. He was the first person I don't know about the first person, but as it pertains to the episode, he was the person in fast food to take another patty and put it on top of another patty and be like, hey, I got a double burger. And people were like, oh my God, this burger is so much bigger than this person's burger. I don't care how much extra it costs. I want a bigger burger because it's bigger than this one's burger. And if I can get it in less time than I can get the McDonald's burger, I don't care if it costs fucking 10 cents or 12 cents or 15 cents fucking more. I want that burger faster because it's a bigger burger than what they can give me. And they're slow and your shit's faster. And I don't care how much more it costs because I want a bigger burger and because I'm fucking hungry. And that shit was fucking crazy to watch. That fucking, I never had any idea that Dave Thomas was like, he was like almost a co-owner. Like, he worked that closely with Colonel Sanders. Like, there are pictures of him like with his arm around, like he was like the Colonel's fucking right hand man up until the Colonel sold the business. It was pretty much Dave Thomas and Harlan Sanders, also known as the Colonel. But yeah, that's the Colonel's real name. His real name is Harlan. His name is Harlan Sanders, and it was pretty much Dave Thomas who was his protege. And then Harlan sold this shit and made it, he franchised it. The franchise fucked Dave Thomas, so Dave Thomas was like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna make a fucking competitor. And I'm gonna fucking destroy you guys. Because I think it said that Dave Thomas's Wendy's is in like 129 something countries, and I think KFC is only in like 67 different countries. Like, they are just, by comparison, Wendy's is a much bigger corporation than KFC. And the guy that fucking screwed him over, the head of the corporation that screwed over Dave on the shares, he ended up resigning. And then the guy beneath him, who didn't like how that shit played out, then went back to Dave Thomas when Dave Thomas founded Wendy's and was like, hey man, let me help you because I don't like how that shit went down. Let me help you fuck that dude, because fuck him. He kind of tried to fuck me, but I was just like, I'm going to quit, and so you can't fuck me. And then I'm going to go to fucking Dave Thomas because Dave Thomas is mad at you, and so I'm mad at you too. And so now we're both going to be mad at you and make a fucking phenomenal business. And that's how fucking Wendy's started. That's fucking crazy. Fucking, if Dave Thomas had never been founded, if Dave Thomas had never fucking quit KFC, there would be no Wendy's. That's fucking crazy.